My name's Pete Woods, you're watching Hexhamtv. Who are you?
I'm Glen Sanderson, I'm leader of Northumberland County Council, and thank you very much for having me on. I think we got a bit of a pasting the last time Joe Morris was on Hexhamtv, so I wanted to just kind of put a few things into context and to explain one or two things. First of all, we had this terrible winter in terms of weather for our roads. And during the 3 months of the worst weather, we had something like 7,000 potholes reported. I can say now that from that 7,000, we've currently got, I think it just over 7,000 that we've repaired. So we're about there now. We still have a few left to do, but we're almost there. And I think the other thing that is worth mentioning is that during that really bad period, we got a huge amount of calls into Fix My Street. And I think it was, again, that kind of figure, 6,000 or 7,000, people calling in saying there are potholes here. And today we've got, in May, our Fix My Street calls were 29. So from something like 7,000, we've gone down to 29. I have to say thank you to all our frontliners who work so hard on the roads. It's difficult for them because they see criticism. They're doing their level best, same as we're doing our level best to find the money to be able to fix the roads. So I just wanted to be able to say that we are really on top of things now, following that bad winter. It would be great if we could get, billions of pounds on a kind of an invest to save type of idea, where we could resurface nearly all our roads. And if we did that, it would cost an awful lot of money. It would mean that we don't have this constant chasing potholes, chasing defects that are caused primarily by the weather we have here, but also by the kind of traffic, heavy traffic, and also the amount of traffic that we have. That would be a lovely thing. But in the meantime, we will have to continue to fix as we find. But thanks to everybody involved, and I'm really sorry if it took a bit longer to sort out than you would have liked. But it was literally the amount of work we had in front of us. In terms of the issues around affordable housing and making it easier for people to stay around Hexham. At the Hexham Middle School site, we are currently about to go out to procurement to find a partner that will deliver for us on that site well over 100, possibly more, houses of different kinds. We know that the affordable housing element must be, we have said this, must be 25%. That's much higher than the normal affordable housing element. And additionally, we are asking for some sheltered housing, and we're also asking that the Fellside building remains as a community arts and culture centre. Now that's a very big deal, and I know it's going to be very popular, and that's what we've said must happen, and so that is what will happen. So it'll be a great boost, I think, to Hexham and the surrounding area. And in terms of building affordable housing, the County Council have delivered over the last 9 years something like 3,000 affordable homes across the county. We'd like to do more, and we will do more. But again, it's a question of finding the right place and finding the landowners that will agree to doing affordable housing. We've just recently actually finished a new development in Berwick, where together with Bernicia, the housing provider, Advanced Northumberland and ourselves have put forward money to be able to make all the houses in that development, about 50 houses, affordable, either for rent or part buying. That's something I want to see us do more, and we will grant fund where we can find a scheme and where we know there is a need for affordable housing. So affordable housing, we are absolutely onto it in terms of keeping people in Hexham. We know that that it's about skills training. It's about making sure that the jobs are here. So we delivered this £10 billion development in Camas, in the southeast of the county. But part of that deal was that we received £110 million. And that has been set up. We've already got some of the money in, and that is our Northumberland Growth Fund, and that will pay for any development that will bring jobs and business wherever in the county. So it won't just be the southeast of the county that will benefit, it will be all the county. And that is open to anyone to bid for and to get into more information about. In addition to that, our small business service, our rural grants, and all of the work that we do working with small business in and around the west of the county continues apace, and we are helping an awful lot of small businesses grow. So the future is bright. We are investing a lot in the future. We're continuing to do the things that people want us to do, like keeping free town centre car parking, like making sure our leisure offer is very good, building new schools, and all of those things. But additionally, we are looking to the future. And that means thinking about growth. I think it's about me working closely with the mayor, different politics, but we get on very well, and making sure that Northumberland gets the best possible amount of money we can from the combined authority. So working together, building the future, very much all part of what I want to see happen. And that's a journey we're on, and it's a journey we'll continue. So where we don't do things correctly, please let me know. I really want to know from you. So please get in touch. I'm on the County Council website, glen.sanderson@northumberland.gov.uk. If there's anything that you don't like that we're doing here, let me know. I'd much rather have that, and then I can talk to you and find out what the problem is and hopefully sort it out. Thank you.
Glen, there's been an announcement recently about a big investment in Cramlington and the potential for extra jobs. How do you think that will benefit people in the Hexham area?
Because people will be able to apply for those jobs. It will mean that there's got to be some travelling, but that will bring its own success, because it's not just one industry. It's, for example, the new very exciting development that's going to happen at Hertford, which is this, probably the one you're talking about, it contains a lot of different options and supplying companies, and we want to make sure that supplying companies will employ local people, and that's the way those opportunities will happen. But through our Northumberland skills training, which is bringing on a lot of young people in a range of employment opportunities, we are there to help them. So it may, in some cases, mean some travelling, but if the jobs aren't there, they're not there. If the jobs are there, perhaps it's necessary to put in some travel time to make sure that that those jobs are taken up. But we want to see new business created right across the county, and that means over in the west just as much as anywhere else.
Does the council have any particular policy that encourages when investors are investing in the county to actually buy from local businesses rather than getting suppliers in from elsewhere, so the money actually stays within the county?
Yes, very much so. Northumberland County Council have a policy that we will use local services, local suppliers, local deliverers as much as we possibly can, and we monitor that and make sure that we are keeping to that policy, which we do. But in addition, I mean, the new £10 billion data centre, for example, we worked very closely with the developers there and said, we want you to use local people, and they said okay. So at the moment there are hundreds of people working in and around that new development. Most of them are local. So they know that we want local people to be involved. We may not get the absolute 100%, but we do want to make sure that Northumberland workers get that chance, and that's what's happening.
We're here in the library, Glen, and the council have recently carried out a survey on the future of library services across the county. We're in Hexham Library at the moment. Now, it would appear that there are services that are going to be reduced in terms of the numbers of hours that are open. Can you talk to me about why the council thinks that's a good idea.
Well, I think at the moment we haven't made any decisions. There will be a report that comes to me and the cabinet. I think it's in September. In that build-up time, all of the responses that we're getting from the consultation are all being looked at, and a set of options will be given to us, the politicians, to decide on the next way forward. For me, the most important thing is that the service should remain free and available for the most people that we can, and that can include the mobile service, it can include the book drop-offs, it can mean community libraries, it can mean making sure libraries like this stay as they are. It will be a decision that we will come to. I can say I'm pleased to have spoken to a lot of people that work within the library service. They've made it clear how they feel, and it will not be a case of closing down libraries and throwing people out of their jobs. It won't be that at all. I can't give you exactly what the outcome will be because we're still working on it, and I want us to continue to work at it so all thoughts and all voices are heard in this. But when it comes to the autumn, we will be very cautious and very careful about what we do next, and it will be for the best, I'm sure.
And if we look sort of more locally here in Hexham, the council have decided that the old fire station in Hexham will be part of the council depot, will become a council depot in future. Yep. When's work going to start on that? Because it looks like it's still as it was a few months ago, just sort of rotting away.
Well, annoyingly, there have been a set of birds that have decided to nest in there, including oyster catchers, which of course are fabulous birds. And until the chicks have fledged, we can't start. So we were due to start a little while ago. We're going to wait until nature takes its course. We hope very much they don't decide to have a second brood, but it would be wrong to disturb nests. We shouldn't do that, and we won't do that. So it will. I would expect we'll see some action in the very near future. I would hope very much, certainly by the summer, midsummer, late summer, that we will see work begin. As soon as those birds have fledged, that's when we'll start.
So we're here on another momentous day in terms of the Prime Minister resigning, and potentially it will be a Labour Prime Minister unless there's a general election. How do you reflect on what's happened today and perhaps Keir Starmer's reign as Prime Minister?
To be honest, I think it's been a bit of a disappointment these last 2 years. We've seen the A1 cancelled. I know that's not a huge point for those in the West, but it's a significant. It was a very significant decision to take for the county. We've had problems with tax, we've had problems about farming, and the winter fuel allowance. There have been a lot of things that haven't worked. I would like to think that whoever becomes the new Prime Minister will take an interest in Northumberland, will want to come and visit us, and he or she will be more than welcome. Northumberland is growing fast. It's going really well, and I would like to work more closely with the government. My offer is there for them to do that. As I say, when we know who is the Prime Minister, I will be writing to him or her, inviting them to come up and meet people in the county and learn what a great place this is.
Glen Sanderson, thank you very much for talking to Hexhamtv.
Thank you very much for having me.